This Valentine's Day, I hope you've got someone who hugs you the way Andre Chase hugged the podium. It's back! Chase U is back! But Jacy Jayne would have another trick up her sleeve tonight. As she made payment on Chase U's debt to Adriana Rizzo, she would give her the money and then sort of bag Chase U a potential championship opportunity against the tag team champs, the family. This payment was only possible because of the high sales of the Chase U calendar. And don't I know it? I still haven't got one. Every time it's come back in stock, I've been recording these kind of videos. I'm not looking at WWE shop when they're in stock. I want to swear so badly, but it's so early on in the video. I've got to make sure I keep that money coming in, because if that Chase U calendar, it might cost me a fortune, damn it. This is Things You Might Have Missed from WWE NXT. Make sure you hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Tatum Paxley would go one-on-one tonight with Lola Vice, a match set up from Vengeance Day and of course last week. But it would be the addition of Lyra Valkyria coming out ringside in support of Tatum that would change everything. It would fire Tatum up, and Tatum would not stay down. Kick out after foot on the rope, she would not be pinned. It would be a submission, though, that would finally see her not tap, but pass out. The story here, the punishment that Tatum was willing to endure just to basically impress Lyra Valkyria, was actually quite obvious. And then, of course, Lyra would carry Tatum away. This is like all of Tatum's dreams coming true. Obviously on the eve of Valentine's Day as well. What better time of the year for that to happen? After a commercial break, we'd still see Lyra carrying an unconscious Tatum Paxley in the back when Shotzi would rock up. Shotzi wants an NXT title match, and she's getting it next week. A story here, though. Tatum wasn't unconscious. That means the whole time Lyra was carrying her, she was more than aware. She just stayed asleep to fool Lyra and to have that moment with her. And of course, after Shotzi left, Tatum was very excited at the prospect that they have Shotzi next week. Not Lyra, they. Do you think it's possible that Tatum Paxley cost Shotzi her Elimination Chamber qualification match on Friday Night SmackDown this week? Maybe it's worth keeping an eye open. We got another teaser tonight in this Cryptic promo. Very short one, but it simply reads, "Goodness is a man's struggle. Evil, however, is human nature." Now, again, I have no idea who this is. With news coming out last week that Okada is basically a lock for AEW, we know this is now not Okada. Who the bloody hell could it be? I have no idea. I wonder, though, with all the footsteps and stuff, could it be Nikki Cross? Because we see her walking around all the time backstage, doing her, like, Nikki Cross things. She's walking with footsteps playing during the promo. Could it be Nikki? Robert Stone's kids were great managers tonight, as they came up last week with the game plan, and they executed it perfectly tonight. As Metaphor was preparing at the start of the show, it was sneak attack time! I love this. This was really fun. Real fun segment to start the show, leading straight into the first match. I really enjoyed this match, but what was this? He stood on his face! Look at this! 2 feet on the man's face, over the rope. There's nothing of his body touching. How do you fake that? Absolutely insane, but it would be Metaphor who pick up the victory tonight after Jakara and Lash would get involved and cause a distraction. What does this mean for Robert Stone's future, though, as a wrestler? Because he was doing this tonight to have his kids see him wrestle, and he lost. The story tonight with Ridge Holland got really interesting and took a massive twist as Ridge Holland would completely snap, destroying all 3 members of Gallus. He would first have a match with Wolfgang, followed by a match with Mark Coffey. This match ended in DQ, and we never got the third match with Joe Coffey. But I do want to make a complaint. WWE did a picture-in-picture commercial during this match. In the UK, NXT is on the network, and they cut the entire fucking feed. We didn't see the end of Ridge versus Wolfgang. I have no idea how that ended. we don't get picture-in-picture. Instead, we get random commercials for WWE Network shows. Completely unnecessary and stupid, and I can't tell you how this match ended, so let me know in the comment section down below. But the story here, when Ridge went to NXT, was that he was unsafe. He was injuring people. Now, he's snapping. Now, Ridge Holland is realising maybe his power, realising that he's a strong SOB who's capable of destroying 3 badasses like this. Maybe this is going somewhere really interesting. The crowd certainly got behind it tonight. Joe Gacy got a new entrance tonight, and I love it. This is wacky and weird in all the best possible ways. The camera was upside down. The song was going on. Joe Gacy kept doing close-ups of his face. It was eerily cool. I like different in wrestling. When you can present a character with a difference to others like this, and it's something so simple, brilliant. There was a lot of people talking about the fact that NXT commentary during Joe Gacy's entrance would mention Funhouse. Now, guys, what they're referencing there is a fairground Funhouse. You know, where you've got wacky mirrors and things jumping out at you, and basically saying that while this is all weird and wonderful, this is still Joe Gacy's lair. Joe Gacy knows all the tricks of the arena, which you'd see in his match with Mello tonight, as he would go under the ring and come out the other side and then do that insane suicide dive through the ropes to actually land on... Like, someone of Joe Gacy's size shouldn't be doing that. And we know that it's wrestling, but that's the character. It's just weird and wonderful. It would be Mello who picked up the win tonight, but then Dijak would attack Joe Gacy, emerging a straitjacket. And the lunatic Joe Gacy seemed to enjoy being put in the straitjacket. He really didn't struggle too much. This guy is literally psychotic. And do you know what? These kind of presentations for Joe Gacy is exactly what he needs to establish that to the audience, that this guy can take punishment and enjoys it. Jada Parker from OTM would defeat Adriana Rizzo tonight in a one-on-one match. I really like this. I thought the presentation of Jada Parker was actually quite well done. I haven't really seen much of her in solo action, but she seems to have a lot of charisma. Probably very early on in her career, so maybe someone to look out for. Lexis King stood up to Oba Femi tonight, and next week for the North American title, it will be Oba Femi versus Lexis King. Roxanne Perez's heel turn is still ongoing tonight. She was super pissed off that obviously Shotzi was coming in from SmackDown, getting an NXT Women's title match, while her title match at Vengeance Day was taken away from her with Lola Vice cashing in. The main event was, of course, for the NXT Tag Team titles. By the way, I've got to mention, I love how earlier on in the show they made a point to tell you Baron Corbin was hanging out with Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. But tonight we would crown brand new NXT Tag Champs as Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker, the Wolfdogs, were successful. Now here's an interesting question. What does this mean for Bron Breakker? We all know Bron Breakker's ready to be called up. He's got contract offers from Raw and SmackDown. Now he's an NXT Tag Champ. Very fun show tonight. Next week looks stacked for NXT. Tonight, very solid 7 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, never miss an upload, like the video, share the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!